Day at Flemington right after this.
Dragon and 1 Grand Juror looked excellent in the yard, and number 8 Largo was a bit of a roughie. 6, 4, 1 and 8. Pete, 1 to go.
1 to go, Roy, and the big one is next, the Tooheys New Melbourne Cup. There's this wonderful scene over on the far side of the track, and even over there are plenty of spectators because there's a lot of people on boats on the Maribyrnong River. There's a lot of people who are up on Scotchman's Hill, where they used to call the races from back in the old days. Fortunately, Dan Mielicki doesn't have to call from there. He's perched high above the the crowd here at Flemington, up in the grandstand in the commentary box, with him, former champion jockey Gary Willits.
Yes, Peter, and I can tell you this crowd right out in front of us, it was very lean for a while, but by gee, has it filled up the last 20 minutes or so. I think everyone's decided to come out. The rain's going away. But, gee, getting back to this race, I like the 4 Moon Dragon. I thought it was a very good... its last 2 have been very good wins. Captain Storr, as soon as to say that they think it's the second best horse to Viscount, they must have forgotten about a little horse called Long Run. I think he's a pretty smart horse, Dan.
Oh, absolutely.
But there's Hepton Storr going in now on the outer.
It's by octagonal Hepton Storr. It's 1, 2 out of 2. They're set to go already, and they're racing now. Missing it a little bit was Recreate near the inside. One of the first out was the top weight Grand Juror. Hepton Storr used up in the early part will race forward, and likewise Cosmic Strike in the black and white stripes. Getting up to 4th, Taylor Dane. Recreate booting through in the pink colours. It'll settle 4th. So Taylor Dane 5th, and then came Angora, Answer Me about midfield. Next was Osprey Ridge, allowed to drift back in the race, and they were followed wider out by Night Chaser, Largo the middle. Moon Dragon's got a long way back, it's second last, and Bay of Silk 2 lengths away last and 12 lengths off the lead. 800 left to travel. Grand Juror in front, Hepton to a stall second, 3rd Recreate, 4th Cosmic Strike, 2 lengths away Taylor Dane, and then Answer Me from Angora. Osprey Ridge on the rails from Night Chaser. Moon Dragon still about 8 or 9 lengths off the lead. Largo ridden along second last and 2 lengths away Bay of Silk. They're fanning around the turn. Answer Me went very wide, but Grand Juror led into the straight from Hepton Stall. Recreate 3rd, Cosmic Strike 4th. Osprey Ridge has got a dash up behind them, and then Answer Me hard ridden wider. Taylor Dane, Angora trying to thread through, and Moon Dragon's made up plenty of ground. It's running on strongly. Cosmic Strike went to the lead. Moon Dragon after it. Answer Me down the outside, then Night Chaser and Bay of Silk. Night Chaser coming strongly as Moon Dragon went to the lead. Moon Dragon got a length and a half in front of Night Chaser. Moon Dragon in front, Oliver pushing the favourite clear. Moon Dragon 2 in front, Night Chaser ducked in, and Moon Dragon wins it. Moon Dragon 2 lengths to Night Chaser. 3rd Answer Me. Then came Angora. Largo got home late from Taylor Dane. Then Grand Juror, Bay of Silk. Next in Cosmic Strike from Osprey Ridge, Hepton Stall. All those that raced up on the pace faded, and Recreate likewise at the tail end.
Oh, what a great ride, Dan. Look, he got back on this filly, Damien Oliver, and then he looked for runs like, I was worried. I thought, coming to the home corner, gee, he's going to have to go round them, but he persevered for runs. And as they straightened up with 400 metres to go, it was just quite incredible. Peter, if you got this was some kind of ride, I can tell you.
It certainly was, Gary Willits. We're going to pick them up at the top of the straight. Now, just watch this for a ride from Damien Oliver. The horse that we're looking for is in here. That is Moon Dragon. Now, there's a couple of other good runs in the race. This horse back in the field, Leon Corsten's horse, which has run on very strongly at the finish and ran about a bit too, as we'll see near the line, Gary. And also Answer Me, which is over on the outside in the green colours, as we pick up the action. And Gary, he needed a run, and he needed one badly.
Oh yes, like but he'd saved so much ground, but here he goes. He's trying to thread through it. He still hasn't got much room, but now he gets up inside of Hepton Stall, and boy, does she accelerate this filly. She's very smart by Dane Hill, but she gets right away.
And watch this filly on the outside,
yes.
Night Chaser.
Yeah,
now,
gets home very well.
Yeah, and
might run in a little bit.
About 50 metres or so from the line. Just watch, she turns her head here, just as they get inside the 100-metre mark.
Yeah, I think she has got in on top of that horse.
Head-on's going to be interesting here, Gary.
Yeah, they've shifted a good 2 or 3 horses.
He certainly did grab hold of her, though, and straighten her up, Night Chaser.
Yeah,
now, just to identify these horses, we've got Moon Dragon in there.
Yeah. This is why he's such a great rider, Peter.
That was Answer Me out wide. And here's this other filly of Leon Corsten's, about to hook to the outside, Night Chaser.
She looks a big striding filly, Night Chaser. Yep. You see Damien's got through in the Robert Sangster colours.
Heptonstall gets tightened up a little bit there.
Yeah.
Wasn't travelling at the time, though.
It had gone now, but the one in the orange colours, this is the one to watch. Gets right in on top of the horse here in the green. Now they'll shift. They just sort of bump a little bit here. Gets in right on top of him here. Now he has to take hold. I doubt if there'd be a protest.
You wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think so.
Up too, didn't he?
He did straighten up.
Brilliant ride by that man, Damien Oliver. Here he is with John Letts.
Yes, Pete and Damien very excited about this filly. Damien said, you know, in the Blue Diamond Prelude, you'd give her a chance, but gee, she showed you today the 1400.
Yeah, she's just taken a bit of time to reach her best. Today we didn't plan to ride her back that far, but she couldn't go the early speed and worked out her favour in the end because she got a beautiful run through.
Damien, you let her just find her feet and she gradually got a feel of the ground under her, and gee, the sprint home was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a bit of distance will really suit her.
Well, by Danehill out of a third Trish from here, and well, you can be looking at as far as you want to go, she'll go, won't she?
Yeah, I mean, she might be a nice Adelaide Oaks filly in the autumn.
She sure will. Congratulations, Dave. Good luck in the next.
Thanks, mate.
Well, he's Australia's best rider, and I'm sure this man would vouch for that, Lee Freedman. 4 winners for the Carnival. That's pretty nice.
It's great. Good win. I was a bit worried when she missed the start. Only we had Ollie on. Thank God he was patient and got a run through the field when they all started to fan in the straight, and that's what's won in the race. But she's a good class filly. She was set for this, and I think next season she'll probably go on and, you know, might be an Australasian Oaks type filly.
Really, she's that good?
Yeah, I think she's a good filly, yeah.
Speaking of the man in the saddle, the temptation after missing the start might have been to, you know, try and take the shortest route home, but he still stayed in the good lane and waited for the run to come.
He had a good teacher.
And that was?
Yours truly.
Good on you, mate. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Lee Freedman, who taught Damien Oliver everything he knows, according to Lee. Well, he's taught him well because he is the best jockey in Australia at the moment. We head to a break. The preliminaries are over, and now the countdown begins. Will Damien Oliver be coming back in about an hour's time? We'll find out soon. Back to Flemington for the build-up to the big one, the 2001 Tui's New Melbourne Cup.
How are we doing?
From Wellsback.
Excuse me, Mr. Cummings. Would you mind signing us an autograph? Could you make it out to my new mates? Excuse me, mate. Could you send that to the bar?
I'd like to give a round of Tui's New to my new mates. Give that man a new.